Going to be doing now the Musar for Chok Israel for Wednesday, Parashat Balak. Yesh gozel ve'eno nir'eh. There is a person who steals without being seen. Ze adarim bnei adam ve'eno ra'a b'shelahem. There is a person who lives amongst people and looks upon them with an evil eye. Aboshet ve'emunah, shame and faith or belief. Nitzmadot, they go together. כשתסתלק אחת, תסתלק חברתה. When one of these qualities leaves, the other one also will leave. In other words, if a person has no longer shame, he will also typically lose also his faith, his emunah. And the reverse also. If he loses emunah, then he's boshet, his kind of embarrassment at doing things that are wrong will also disappear. Shanu hachamim, our sages taught, ha'oseh melacha be'arvei Shabbatot, a person who does work on the eve of a Shabbat, u'b'arvei yamim tovim, and on the eve of a Yom Tov, of a festival. We're talking here about when he starts getting closer to Shabbat or the holiday, like 9.5 hours into the day, for instance, after 3:30 in the afternoon, for example. U'motzei Shabbatot, also if a person works immediately after Shabbat, u'motzei yamim tovim, or if he works immediately after Yom Tov, or v'chanukah of Purim, or if he works on Chanukah or Purim, v'chol makom sheyesh nidnud avera, in any time, any situation that has a trace of sin, le'avit ta'anit tzibur, just like when there is a fast, a public fast, to do teshuvah on sins. So if a person is involved in work, instead of being focused on what is appropriate for that day, whether it is just as it gets closer to Shabbat, to be focused on Shabbat, or a day of public fast, to be focused on the public fast, and instead of that, he's involved with work. Such people, enam ro'im siman beracha le'olam. They will never see a sign of blessing. They think that they will be gaining from their extra work at those times, but actually that work will not bring blessings. On the opposite, they will not see blessing from it. מעשה באישה אחת שהייתה טובה בערב שבת. Once happened that it was a lady who spent the eve of Shabbat, טובה, she was spinning like yarn בערב שבת, ולא הייתה עוסקה בצורכי שבת כראוי, and she was not involved in preparing for Shabbat like it should be. She was not focused on preparing for Shabbat when it was already Friday late afternoon. She was involved with a task of work. ומתה, she died. ראה אחד בחלום שהיו שורפים עיניה וידיה בנעורת של פשתן. Someone saw in a dream that they were burning her eyes and her hands with stalks of flax, she was spinning yarn of flax, and therefore she was punished. שאל למה דינה בכך? And he asked, why is she punished this way? השיבו לו, he was answered, מפני שהייתה עוסקת בערב שבת בפשתן. They answered her because on the eve of Shabbat, she occupied herself with flax, ולא הייתה עוסקת בצורכי שבת, rather than being involved with what was needed for Shabbat. So very importantly, as we get closer to Shabbat, on Friday or closer to a holiday, a person should be focused on the needs of the holiday rather than any other activity such as work. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.